I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle P. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle P. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom. E-pop got me waiting 3 more hours. Taking all these years higher than a tower. Having all these nodes feel like superpowers. Investing all this bread, never been a coward. Call me Mr. Bond, money in the vault. I stay in the farm, feeling like the goal. Don't worry about the haters, not the detonator. I'll kill in every market, call me Terminator. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a metal P. How to get myself up back before the bull run. Some shit, stick it in the ballroom. I've been getting on my BNB and stacking these. Pairing it with EMP and then a middle P. How to get myself up back before the bull run. How to take some shit, stick it in the ballroom.
All right. Welcome everybody to EMP.Money. This is our daily live AMA and Detonator rollover event. I am the team lead here at EMP. My name is AJ. I'm joined by my co-host with the most, Bull Gates. Bull, how are you today, brother?
Good. Just got done shooting some basketball and ready to go. Ready to see that excitement in the community and see what everybody's the alpha you got in store for everyone. So yes. I guess let's go, I guess.
Yeah, bro, no doubt. We got a big day today ahead of us. Lots of updates, lots of alpha, lots of great things happening at EMP. Before we get into that, though, I did update some of the settings on the live stream, so hopefully that is helping today. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay as well. And remember, our YouTube channel is our new priority. We are now monetized on YouTube, and so we want to drive as much traffic as possible to our YouTube channel. It will help as another revenue stream and the engagement as well. So if an ad pops up, let it play. If it's a super long one, you can skip it. Not to miss too much of the AMA, but that helps, and obviously the algorithm as well. Make sure you're commenting in all the chat area and giving us feedback on questions we ask. Sometimes we'll say put a 1 or 2, 1 for yes, 2 for no. So we'll go through all that. But and last but not least, make sure you watch old videos as well. We have a ton of awesome content on the YouTube page, standalone videos that are not an hour-long AMA that you can learn about our ecosystem, as well as just learning about DeFi as a whole. So again, please continue to share our YouTube page with all your crypto friends. So all right, without further ado, we have the biggest alpha of the week, of the month, actually, probably. And that is, we are launching a brand new contract in our ecosystem. And I've alluded to it a few times, but with the power of Detonator and locking up liquidity and adding another revenue, a potential revenue generating contract, we feel like we need to give some love to eShare and BNB. So we are going to have a Detonator style contract for eShare BNB. We are calling it the Reactor, and it should be live hopefully by Friday. So we're really, really excited. It should have a lot of benefits to the APRs and the farm, and that's why we're doing it. I mean, we really wanted to give some love to eShare, because the higher the price of eShare, the better the APRs in the farm. So What you don't want to do is liquidate your EMP position because now you're able to earn even more E-shares. So we're really excited. Bull, I know we've been talking about it for a while now, but hopefully by Friday we'll be live. Are you excited?
That I'm always excited for everything here because really everything that is good in DeFi is here, and we always want to get behind good people, good projects, and all that, of course. But being that we've seen Detonator really kind of be the guiding light, so to speak, in DeFi, of course. And then with the V2 changes, we were talking. Me and another community member were talking about this the other day, and we were in Detonator day one, and we remembered that initial enthusiasm of how everybody was so pumped up, and getting in there, and then getting to reap the benefits of it from day one, and then also seeing that APR that was quite high, that daily APR over 1%, and yeah, of course it came down over time, but that's the nature of the beast, right? As that pie gets bigger, so does your piece of the pie. But your pie gets smaller, but because that whole pie is getting bigger, your piece of the pie is actually increasing from what you put in there. But I looked at that and I thought, wow, look at what V2 upgrades for Detonator have done for like enthusiasm and like just the general enhancements that it's provided. We've seen daily burst tick up every single day, with the exception of yesterday with that low snipe. However, congratulations to that person. But seeing that, it made me wonder, this new Reactor with the V2 upgrades from Detonator right from the start, what is that going to look like? I mean, I'm pretty, actually, I'm super excited for it because seeing, just being involved with Detonator from day one, and having these upgrades applied to Reactor like right away, I mean, I think it's going to be amazing.
All right, hey, sorry about that. Yes, 100% Bull. Again, some technical difficulty too. But for sure, I mean, everything that we do at EMP is, again, focused on sustainability and what will help the protocol overall. So this is something that we had on the back burner for a while now, but moved up the priority list because, again, I mean, we have seen with us losing PEG, typically that does diminish the value of eShare, and we need to have other utility and mechanisms in store for eShare. And I know that there was some soft FUD last night about insider trading or this other just complete BS about what we're trying to roll out, and we have said yes that it's not great to be hoarding onto your eShare and to actually sell your eShare to help peg. But with that, it's about buying LP positions, not just buying EMP outright. And if you were able to put your capital to work over the last few weeks by selling eShare while it was still pretty high, you were able to build your EMP LP positions in the farms. And now, with this decision of, again, adding another use case for the eShare BNB pool, it will in turn actually allow you to earn more because, again, those of you that know the ecosystem know that the APRs in the farms are truly reliant on the price of eShare. The higher the price of eShare, the higher the APR. So it's a positive feedback loop, and we've decided to implement it sooner than later just to help. But we really think that it's going to help stabilize the APRs. It'll allow Detonator to earn more because we're going to be rehypothecating those LPs and not diluting everybody's share because the price of eShares will be higher. So, and we also had to wait to do this until we made the final decision to extend emissions on eShare, because theoretically, if we didn't do that, then all the eShare could potentially get locked into this reactor contract, and if there's no more eShare being emitted in the farms, then the life cycle of this sort of contract would come to an end. So everything's fallen into place. We are super, super bullish on all of it. We're shooting for a launch this Friday. I will again do a countdown timer and an exact time. Most likely, the rollover will be 1 hour prior to the current detonator rollover. Again, we're calling this the reactor, not to confuse people, but all the same mechanisms and mechanics will be in place. And VIP members will have a little bit of early access. Again, those that get into these sort of contracts early do benefit from some instant rewards. But if all of you are on the AMAs, that was another thing. Like, we give the most up-to-date alpha and earning. We never give financial advice, but we give the most earning potential to those that are active. So again, we had some ridiculous fun about this info being
You,
leaked ahead of time, but we always have been transparent and said everything in the AMA. So yeah, go ahead, Bull.
I would call it provide learning opportunity on the AMA. What people decide to do with that knowledge is their business. Some people will FUD, some people will be excited, some people will do nothing. But at the end of the day, the information is yours to do with as you see fit. And the point is that and I know I've beat the drum on this relentlessly, that in smaller projects like this, you can't learn anything from the charts. It'll lie to you, it'll trick you, it will wreck you. But if you come to these AMAs, this is where all the education, all the learning takes place, and what you do with that knowledge, 100% up to you.
Yep, absolutely, Bill. And that is a great point, brother. And we are always here to help, the ecosystem overall. And it's up to you as the investor, to do with what information we give as you see fit. Because this is DeFi. I mean, we do everything we can to educate, but we cannot hold your hand. We cannot press the buttons for you. And, we're not a security. We're an entire economy and ecosystem built around the seigniorage type math and controlled inflation. So again, really exciting stuff. I'm super bullish on it all. I think it's going to help in many different aspects. And again, if you were one that liquidated a lot of your eShare already to buy EMP LP, it also benefits you directly, because now those LPs will be earning even more when the APRs go up. So it's really a win-win. There is no loser in this at all. We've said all along, anything under $400 eShare, was a steal. And we think that this will also help with PEG recovery as well, because, once the APR on EMP ETH LP starts climbing again, I mean, it's already at about 0.2% daily, which is amazing as it is. But we could easily see that get back to, 0.4, 0.5% daily. And that's with exposure to Ethereum. And again, earning eShares that can be sold or can be used to go into this new reactor while the boardroom is not printing. And it will also help mitigate some of the sell pressure, because the less eShares that are in the boardroom, potentially the good actors that have been accumulating eShares all along will have more of the boardroom emissions and help us be able to protect PEG even better as well. So there's a ton of fringe benefits that I could go on and on for the whole entire AMA. But that's really kind of everything in a nutshell. Bull, was there anything you want to add to Reactor?
I do.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Absolutely.
Of course I do. the point is, to be balanced throughout the system, in every regards. And, when, let's say, for instance, I said all the people that have their e-shares sitting in the boardroom, that's wasted opportunity. And, you need to get it moving, in some regards. And, putting it in the farm is really, the best application for you and for the ecosystem. And I've been waiting for this for a long time, to see, a married gearing, if you will, to Detonator. And I look at this system a lot like a vehicle in a lot of regards. I know we talk about the nodes as cars and all kinds of stuff, and that EMP is the gas and everything. But if we just look at Detonator and Reactor, and we look at the two, like, the gears on a bike, we have the main crank, and then you have the back where you have gears and you can shift things. When you pedal that bike, it goes one way, right? Momentum goes one way when you pedal that bike. Detonator is the big hub, or the crank, and on the back is the reactor. And sure, you could say it's powered now, in the back as well. But if you think of it as like a bicycle, and you're pedaling and pedaling, and you have balance in that system, and you want to change up the gearing on your bike, all you have to do is change up, your distribution throughout the farm. But the crank of the system is the Detonator and now the reactor. And we can see that. And it would be great if somebody would make that visual representation of what I'm talking about. But you could see how the system really drives itself, when you have all parts of it connected or chained together, if you will. Pedaling forwards, you don't go anywhere in life pedaling your bicycle in backwards. It's fun to do when you're a kid, but you don't get anywhere. You can coast down a hill and pedal backwards, but if you're pedaling forwards and you have the gearing properly set, you can really go for a long time and take yourself further than maybe you even thought. So if you think, if you've ever ridden a bike, which I think most of us have, just remember when you upgraded from, the training wheels came off and you got that first BMX bike, and then you got a 10-speed, and then you got a mountain bike, and now maybe you even have an electric bike. But think, they all work functionally the same way. And now that's what we have, is a system where, if you learn how to properly ride it, you can go anywhere down the trails, the city streets, anywhere that your imagination can take you. But it's all on how you use that bike. It can be done for tricks. You can ride backwards if you want to, or you can pedal forward and get places.
Yep, absolutely, Bull, no doubt. And you bring up another really good point, which is even more alpha for everybody here today. We feel like we've come up with a really awesome synergy, with Detonator and now Reactor and a few other edits, that really could make EMP evolve into its final form. I know I've said that on some other AMAs, and this is just another step in that process. We're here building. We have a 10-year roadmap at EMP. I mean, we're not going anywhere, and all of these little contract additions or upgrades, or edits are all in the vein of bringing EMP and our entire ecosystem into, a top 100 DeFi project, if not higher. And so, yeah, like Bull said, one contract affects another contract, what affects another contract, and in the ecosystem as a whole, that's what makes a very robust economy, that can stand the test of time. So yeah, we're really excited. I do have some more announcements, but I'm gonna go through and get caught up on Reactor specifically before we move on. So if you have any questions we haven't answered, again, over the next few days, we'll be giving a lot more info. We have an updated white paper coming out. We're shooting for a launch this Friday, so you have plenty of time to accumulate. It may be Saturday, but we'll see on the final testing. But one question is, why did we decide to go with the eShare BNB LP instead of eShare MDB Plus LP? So yeah, that's a great question. We are still super bullish on MDB Plus. For those that don't know, that is a stable pair. MDB Plus is basically a better version of BUSD that's over collateralized, and so we've been having a little bit of issues though with the arbitrage bot, and so we're trying to iron out all of the mechanics with the MDB Plus arbitrage bot. That was one of the main reasons we wanted to go with MDB Plus, was because it was another revenue stream for us, and we're having some issues with that we're working on, but we're not really wanting to drive a ton of volume into MDB Plus until we get that figured out. And more importantly, it's also a barrier entry. I mean, people have to know how to swap to MDB Plus. It's another hurdle to jump through. And not that that's a bad thing, it's just that it's the reality of the situation. So BNB will always be king, especially on the Binance, the BNB chain. There's a lot of fringe benefits to that as well. There's some bullish news today with, I think it was MasterCard partnering with Binance. So again, I mean, having a large BNB liquidity pair gives us, that deep liquidity on the BNB side as well. So that's why we decided to go with the BNB LP, eShare BNB LP. All right. Everybody says, other than the VIP early access, this sounds good. So yeah, I get that, that might be a little bit of a bummer, but we give VIP early access because VIP has been proven to be good actors in the ecosystem. And, we're not talking a major advantage for them. We're talking, maybe an hour worth of instant rewards. But that is because the VIP deserves it. I mean, we've gone through all the wallet addresses. We've proven that they're not dumping EMP. And that is, again, the fringe benefit of being a VIP member. And more importantly than all of that, you as a investor into this reactor, you want the early participants to be good actors and to hold the floor and to compound more than they claim, because that gives us a steady foundation for Reactor moving forward. And it's exactly what we did with Detonator. And again, we've seen amazing results with Detonator. So on the surface, it may sound unfair, but really it's for the betterment of everybody involved. So yeah, just want to address that. What else? I think that was it. Yeah, how do you get into VIP? So we open up VIP once a month or once every 2 months. Just keep an eye out. You submit your wallet, and as long as you've been a good actor, it's not based on how much you have invested. It's just based on whether you've been selling EMP or you're diversified into the protocol. So I don't think we'll be able to open it up to new investors by the time we're ready to roll out Reactor. Again, the timeline has been kind of moved up. We want to get this out sooner than later, but if we do, I'll let you all know before that. All right, Bull, any other questions or comments that I missed?
Yeah. You might have touched on this, but maybe just rehash it. Wondering how this will help with PEG.
Yeah, totally. So, and then I see another question about will this have a lottery as well? So let me address that first because that's the easiest. Yes, I mean, this is literally a clone of Detonator. Again, we're calling it Reactor. All of our official forks or detonators as a service will have their own name, and that's even outside of our ecosystem, because we really don't want to create confusion, because each of these contracts will eventually be able to live on their own. So we're not going to have detonator 1, 2, 3. It's going to be a totally different name. However, it is exactly the same mechanisms, the the largest deposit, the win it now. The LP amounts will be adjusted down in the beginning, because again, we don't want to be, the pool balance may not even be 1,000 LP on the first day. So we don't want to give away, 300 of that. So yeah, everything is scaled down proportionally, but then will scale up as the contract balance grows. And so the dollar values, though, are about the same. I mean, it's going to be about the same amount for per ticket as it is right now, around $8, I think. And then the largest prize will still be again dependent on the overall contract balance. So that's that. And then yeah, what Bull asked was, how is this going to help PEG? So again, everything is reliant on the APRs in the farm. So the idea that there's multiple answers to this, but the immediate idea is that once the EMP ETH LP farm is earning, upwards of 0.4 or 0.5% to ILI, who knows, it could be even more than that. That will give a major incentive for everybody to get their EMP ETH LP back and literally farm those e-shares. And by doing that, that will cause a massive amount of buying pressure on EMP. So that's the most immediate fix. And then beyond that, again, this reactor contract will also have, fees to the treasury, just like Detonator. Again, there's a 1% dev fee, and then a 3% referral fee, or 3% to the treasury. We're toying around with the idea of getting rid of the referral fee completely, and just having that go 100% towards the treasury. And then that gives us more e-share and BNB to strategically hold or sell to then buy back PEG. So there's a lot of ways that it will implement that will benefit PEG. Bull, does that answer any other ancillary benefits I'm forgetting?
Yeah, just the idea of giving eShare another utility, which I think you mentioned early on. And with it being locked, right, it will create some scarcity because it is in the same 365 ROI type of contract as Detonator, and so it is locked behind protecting the LP once again on eShare BNB, which is good. And with that, like you mentioned, the ability to potentially rehypothecate to buy back EMP, obviously, which is a protect, can be used to protect, maintain, do all those type of things with PEG. So when I look at it, I think there's, because of that interest of people coming into the system, not just having the one mechanism, which I think most people in DeFi really, if they've heard about a Detonator, they love it. But this is just giving them another avenue with obviously exposure to either farm eShare, which we obviously always encourage. If it's the price is low, criminally low, and that it's in your risk wheelhouse, then it's up to you if you want to buy it too and pair with BNB. But the great thing is, like everything in crypto, is you have choices, and the ability to have choice, not just in Detonator, which is obviously the best contract in crypto, but because it's connected to eShare, which I said is, this is just a bike, really. It's a financial vehicle, a bike. And I like to look at it that way just because it makes a lot of sense to me. But when I look at it, that ability to not only have that exposure to EMP ETH LP, but because you can farm eShare, the fact that it's giving you another outlet to do something with it, to sell it, to potentially get those lottery winnings, obviously, to potentially get that 365 and drip it out over time, and then it's just another a strategy that's going to be developed here, that's going to have a kind of percolate throughout the whole system, just like Detonator has done, for the ecosystem. It's just on the other side. And when I look at, balance, right? Everything is always about balance that I speak on, because that's how I like to live my life. That's how, my investment portfolio looks. And when I looked at the ecosystem, I thought, well, it's, I always wished there was like that complementary side to Detonator, because just looking at the page, I remember early on, I'm very obsessive about certain things. And I remember messaging you like maybe 2 weeks into this protocol, and the way the farm pages were laid out, and the way that you used to always mention it, about how the farms were. And I said, well, the way that you mention it is the opposite of the way that it shows on the farm page. And so I noticed when I told you that, like a day later, it got switched. But it was just something obsessive with me, like, because you always spoke about EMP ETH and then eShare BNB. But for the people that remember, eShare BNB was always the farm on the left-hand side of the page, and EMP ETH was on the right-hand side of the page. And for some strange reason, that always bothered me. But I remember messaging you, and then it got changed right away. And the great thing about that is, ever since then, I've always thought like, well, I see Detonator sitting on one side with EMP ETH LP, on the left-hand side of the protocol. On the right side, I see eShare BNB, and I'm like, there should be a product, that marries up like Detonator. Like, we have the two farms that are balanced together. The Detonator's on the left side. There was always that blank spot on my page, basically, of where there should be something. And I always thought that there should be a eShare BNB like Detonator, because I looked at it as giving just tremendous balance to the system, and like what I saw Detonator do for the ecosystem, and the ability for people to strategize around a Detonator, like Joe often speaks on. I think this reactor is going to give people that same type of ability to strategize and make different choices. And the way that it's going to be utilized in the system is, I think it's going to be incredible, because I think we're going to see a lot of amazing strategies that come out of it. But maybe that in particularly really strategize with an approach where, like, if you know how that recycling icon looks, where it's trash to something else, the ability to recycle these LPs throughout the system for that infinite money loop, I think just got completed with the reactor being put into place.
Yeah, Bull, absolutely. That's another amazing point. That this is just going to add to the infinite money loop that we talk about. Now, there's yet another way to, claim once or twice a week from Reactor, and now put those into the farms. And now you're earning, again, more eShare to then go back into the Reactor contract. I mean, yes, you'd have to have the BNB side, but it's a way to stack BNB. So now, not only are we providing a way to stack Ethereum, but now we're also providing a way to stack BNB, which we have all along in the farms, but now it's even more amplified in that
Oh,
respect.
yeah. And I'm going to say, because BNB is the second best coin in crypto, because the BNB chain, I don't care what anybody says, I think it's just as good as the Ethereum chain. It just happens to do it a little bit differently. And the fact that it's connected to Binance makes it really, an incredibly powerful and useful token. And I think if anybody that reads articles, I think a lot of the long-term strategists, crypto strategists, are really latching onto the idea and understanding like how powerful BNB is. So yeah, I think it's going to be badass.
Yep, absolutely, Bill. I know, again, I think that no matter what, every way you look at it, this is positive for the ecosystem. That was another question on YouTube, is that isn't this going to hurt Detonator? I mean, no. There's no really feasible way that this could hurt Detonator. It can only help Detonator, because, again, the higher the APRs in the farms will lead to a higher peg price, and the higher the peg price, the more value the LPs in Detonator have. So now we're increasing the value of your position in Detonator automatically by boosting the APRs. And again, I know it sounds super complicated, but no matter how you look at it, it's only helping. The one and only thing that you can do as an investor that would hurt the protocol and yourself as well is what we've said all along. Do not dump your EMP for E-shares, or do not again liquidate your EMP LP positions to try to get into this new Reactor contract, because what happens when you do that, it's a twofold. It eliminates your ability to earn E-shares, because if you don't have anything in the farms, you're not able to earn E-share at all, and now you're going to have to buy E-share at theoretically a much higher price. And we're already below peg enough that dumping EMP now, you're essentially selling at a 20% loss anyway, because we will be able to recover peg, and you get the entire ride up. The way automated market makers work and liquidity pools, you actually end up getting more value in your LPs as we recover peg, because it drags the price of that LP up with it. So there's a ton of benefits and very, very little downside. I mean, honestly, no downside unless you're just trying to swing trade or sell your positions you already have, which would just be idiotic, because again, you never want to kill an income producing asset, and EMP ETH LP is an income producing asset. So all right, awesome. I think that is all the questions in regards to
Oh
Reactor.
no,
Was there more? Go ahead.
there's
All right, there's plenty more. Go
there's
ahead.
definitely one more. I know one of the biggest Detonator maxis is here, and I want to know what he thinks about it. Hey Joe, what are you as excited about this as you were when you first heard about Detonator? Are the wheels turning inside that strategic brain?
The wheels are turning so fast, I can't even read the clock.
Yeah, I love it.
This is very exciting. I'm just taking it all in, and yeah, it sounds like there's a definite positive feedback loop, and the whole gamification we know that exists in Detonator will definitely extend over to the Reactor, given that it's going to be a fork of the system. So I see the same competitiveness. Everybody's going to want to get that lottery tickets. They're going to want to get that largest deposit. And the fact that it is all tied to the EMP ecosystem, and to help maintain and restore peg and also give additional value to eShares, I think it's all very, very positive. So yeah, I'm very, very excited about it. I think I just have to sit for a day to kind of like put it all together. But yeah, first blush, it sounds pretty amazing.
Amazing, Joe. Yes, brother. I thought that you would be excited about this. Again, this is one of the very few things that, we just kind of launched. We're having an army call tonight. And that's why the comment last night about insider info was just so ridiculous, because not even the army knew about this. I mean, Bull and I and some other math-oriented community members were, consulting on doing this, but we wanted to launch it sooner than later. And again, because it's going to be so beneficial to the ecosystem that we just need to get it out. And so Jake had some time this week to put things on the priority list. We have Julius, our designer, doing a new logo, a new landing page, and an updated video as well that will hopefully, again, explain Reactor just like we did with Detonator. So I know it sounds maybe a little bit rushed. We're really trying to get it out, but all the code is done. Again, I mean, everything is already built. Everything has been working flawlessly in the original Detonator code. So just having a different LP, is super straightforward. So and yeah, not even the Army knew about this ahead of time. So we have a call tonight to finalize some things. Again, we're leaning towards getting rid of the referral commission, just because, again, we'd rather have that going to the Treasury anyway, and the incentive to get into that the reactor is high enough that we don't have to have a referral reward on top. So, but yeah, we'll finalize everything hopefully by tomorrow, and then we'll have a countdown timer of when it launches. Just to reiterate, we're hopefully going to have it launch about an hour ahead of what the detonator rollover is. So we'll start with our live stream having the reactor rollover. We'll do an hour of AMA, and then we'll end on the detonator rollover. So this will help, again, not have us doing 5 different AMAs and rollover events, and give a little bit of relief to our European comrades that can do the rollover an hour earlier. So yeah, we're trying to make everybody possible happy. And again, I mean, not everybody is going to be happy, but at the end of the day, as long as we're focused on making the EMP ecosystem happy, that's going to translate into all of us being happy. So, all right, I think we have Kirk with his hand up. Kirk, are you there? Go ahead, bro.
I am here. How are you, man?
I'm good, man. Awesome DeFi debrief yesterday. Now you have even more alpha to drop on your next DeFi debrief after
That's
today,
right. No
right?
pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure. No pressure.
Yeah.
I know. I don't. I have no idea what you're talking about with the ridiculous insider trading. I didn't see that, but that's crazy. And for anybody, if anybody should be bothered by this news, it should be me, as I'm the one who sold all my e-shares.
Yeah, about a month ago, right? Exactly, Kirk. Yeah, but hey, you built your LP positions though, right? So now you're
and I mean, it's and just in case people are wondering, I'm in the Army. I had no idea this was coming, and so everything. It's hard to believe, but everything here is above board because there's so many places where that's not the case. Totally. But trust me, it is. I actually, before I even found EMP, I'm kind of a BNB maxi. So this is kind of exciting for me because BNB has always sort of been somewhat of the stepchild here to Ethereum, rightly so. Totally. But I love BNB, so I am excited about that. So anyway, I think this is going to be great. I'm now scrambling to figure out how to address it in the new academy, but it should be fine since it's pretty much a mirror of Detonator. And also, I just wanted to mention too, and thank Joe. And I saw some comment from Crypto Spy about Joe here on the page. Joe and I just went through a whole conversation for a couple of hours of best practices on all elements of the ecosystem. And this is going to be included in the new academy. I've got to edit it all down, but he just spit fire for about 2 hours with me. And so if you like listening to Joe and hearing his strategies and talking about balance and all that kind of stuff, that's going to be available for you in the new academy, and will be helpful even to those who have been around for a while. So I'm really excited about that, and just wanted to thank Joe for his time taking that with me earlier today.
Awesome. Yes. Thanks, Joe. And Kirk, thanks for all your hard work on the academy. Again, never a dull moment. I know we're always throwing you a curveball, but that's the other beautiful part about our contracts here at EMP, there is not that FOMO element. I mean, yes, the sooner you're in, Detonator or now Reactor, the better. But if it's a day or two for you to learn best strategies, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, that is not going to hurt you. You don't have to worry about, again, buying before the token skyrockets. I mean, again, all of you have the same opportunity to buy e-shares now as you do when this goes live. And it's about DCAing. Again, we're not here to give financial advice, but as long as you're able to, slowly accumulate, that is the way to win in crypto. So, yeah, will the Reactor LP be rehypothecated as well? Yes, it will. So that's another amazing function, just like the Detonator changes, where we're able to rehypothecate some of those LPs into our own farms. We've really pulled back because we don't want to dilute the farms any farther. However, once that happens, and potentially the issue BNB farm, I mean, that was at over 1% a day at one point. So that could be a massive, massive boost to LPs in Reactor, even more so than Detonator, which is amazing. And, if we need to give more support to Detonator, we can use some of those rehypothecated funds to buy EMP ETH LP and put it in Detonator from Reactor. So, and that plays into what I said earlier about how it's also a way to support PEG, long term. So, I mean, again, I know that this was a bit rushed as far as like a rollout. It wasn't rushed as far as development because, Detonator has been flawless for 6.5 months now, and this is the exact same principle, just with a different LP, and really, is going to be the standard moving forward with using these type of contracts as a software as a service for even other protocols, because now we're gonna see it happen. I mean, I say it in a lot of AMAs that actions speak louder than words. Just watch what happens over the next month and how this will dramatically stabilize a lot of the EMP protocol. So we're super excited, and I'm happy to have all of you along for the ride. So, all right, Bull, was there any other questions with Reactor? I have a few more announcements I haven't even gotten to, and then we can go over more. The rest of this week will be all about Reactor, so if you didn't have your question answered, let us know. We'll get to it, and again, we'll have a full countdown and release, hopefully ready for Friday, if not Saturday, but we're really shooting for Friday. All right, what are my other updates? Give me 1 second. Okay, so awesome, another awesome update, which plays right into, again, not financial advice, but the liquid capital reimbursement was given today. So all of you that invested in liquid capital, they have decided to no longer continue for reasons beyond our control. However, they reimbursed the majority of token holders. So you should have gotten about 70% of your initial investment back in BUSD airdropped to your wallet directly. And that's amazing. I mean, that's more than I thought it was going to be. I thought I would be lucky if we got 50%. But from all the calculations I've been seeing, it's looking about 70% has been returned. And again, now you can use those funds to, get into EMP or pick up some e-shares. Again, not financial advice, but it's about putting your capital to work in ecosystems that are actually producing. So if you did not get the airdrop, please reach out to Liquid Capital on Telegram, I'm sorry, on Discord. They're much more active on Discord, and you can open up a ticket, um, and they will help you find where that airdrop is. But I know I got mine. Bull, I don't think you end up investing into liquid capital, but all your money's in the farms. But yeah, I don't know if anybody else can attest that they got the airdrop today. Anybody else from the army? Did they get their
I
BUSD?
did.
All right, all
Yes.
right, quick.
So yeah, it's there. It's about, like you said, mine was about 2/3 of the original amount. So yeah, and I think I saw somebody else in the chat saying they were concerned because all of a sudden some BUSD showed up in their wallet, and was that legit?
Yeah,
And I think that's probably from LC. You can verify by the contract ID, obviously, if you want to. But if you look in your wallet and you see BUSD in there, that's what it is.
Yep, perfect. So yes, if you have some random BUSD, definitely that's where it came from. Just make sure that you're not interacting with a fake BUSD token. A lot of times you'll get random airdrops in your wallet, and then when you go to sell it, it approves a malicious spend, and it will drain what you have. So, but BUSD is BUSD. You can verify the actual contract, and you should be good to go. So, all right, well, that's good news.
I want to point out
Yeah,
one thing.
yeah.
For all the people that were fudding, that partnership and liquid capital, just take a second to recognize how rare that is to be refunded money in crypto.
Oh my God, Bull, you said the words out of my mouth, bro. Go ahead. Yes, go.
Yeah, I've been in 1,000 projects where they had every opportunity to reimburse people, projects that change the terms of basically of the agreement. But this is the first project I've ever heard of that went, really bent over backwards to give as much as possible, that was in their control, back, because that's what they wanted to, to show the space that, it didn't work out. But the money that was, put into the project, they gave back as much as they possibly could and didn't benefit. Now we can't say that everybody, did that, but the bulk of what they could return, they did, and just recognize how rare that is. And everybody says it's the wild, wild west. Imagine if you were that prospector that went into town for supplies and your gold fell off your off your horse or off your mule. And then, a day later, a week later, somebody said, "Oh, hey, that's Trader Joe's a gold pouch. Here it is, buddy." Just how many people would actually do that? And so I just want to reiterate, projects come, they go, they fail, but not everything is a rug pull. And to show that these guys are legit, they returned as much as they possibly could.
Yes, Bull, and thank you for bringing that up. I wanted to make sure that we did touch on that. I mean, again, I know it sucks to have a partnership fall through. It sucks to have a project fail, but there is a major, major difference between failed projects and rug pulls, or people flat out stealing or draining liquidity. I mean, I think that we lump all that together, and you have no idea how lucky we are, and that's a testament to that partnership. I mean, we did months of due diligence. There were some shady actors that ended up not helping to have the project continue, but nobody was there, literally scamming people. And so, like Bull said, I can count on two fingers probably in my entire 5.5 years of crypto full time of when a project did even a partial reimbursement, and to get almost 75% or 70% of your investment back is just unheard of. I mean, so again, shout out to the Liquid Capital team. Yes, it sucks that they were not able to move forward, but at least a lot of us were made as whole as possible. So, and now, again, use those funds to, do good and gain all your money back, with the right project. So, again, that's not a call to invest into EMP. Just look at projects that are actually producing for their ecosystem. So, all right, a few more updates, and then we'll jump into the rollover. Already a very action-packed day with, again, our announcement of Reactor. If you're just joining us, make sure you listen to this recording on YouTube. But we have announced that we are the one of two official sponsors for Splitterfest. I did a major post today in all of our socials. Splitterfest will be a in-person conference in Vegas, October 8th and 9th, and we are one of two of the headlining sponsors, us and Hive, the entire Hive blockchain. So to have EMP represented as one of only two of the major sponsors for that event is absolutely massive, and it will get EMP in front of over 100,000 players in Splitterlands. And it will be our first in-person EMP event. So unfortunately, I have a commitment that I will not be there, but we have LA going. We have some other surprise guests. We have Jacob from our esports division. And I don't know, Bull, I don't know if you're going to make it out there, but maybe, huh? We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah, we're gonna have a lot of surprises. So, if you have the ability to go, tickets are on sale now. They are, I believe, $300, but you get a bunch of free assets as well in Splinterland. So, if you go, you're really getting in for free.
Shout out too. They usually throw stuff out at DigiCon too.
Yes. Yeah, we have that coming up as well, Bull. That's in September. We'll be at DigiCon, and so who knows? Maybe we'll give away a ticket to Splinterfest. So that's a good reason to join us on at DigiCon. So yeah, really exciting stuff. Again, all that info is in all of our socials. It'll be a really good time, and those of you that have been wanting to get involved into Splinterlands, there is no better way than going to an in-person event like that. So, all right, and then last but not least, we are still pushing our email lists. So, Kirk announced yesterday in the DeFi debrief that we are going to have our new academy live September 2nd. So we're holding Kirk his feet to the fire to get the new academy out. Hopefully he'll be able to make that timeline now that we've added even more to his workload. But yeah, we're going to give all early access to the brand new academy to those of you in our email list. So make sure you sign up on there. And again, there's a lot of exclusive content in the email list. So not only should you be sharing our YouTube page, our Medium articles, our Twitter posts, but also, forward some of our emails to a potential, crypto enthusiast. Have them sign up. It's an amazing way to keep engaged with what we have going on. And again, we are not spammy about it. We're just engaged. So, all right, cool. That's really all my alpha for today. We're already time for rollover, but Bull, you want to talk about something while I get ready here? Give me about 1 minute while I do a switch over. Was there any other questions or anybody else from the Army as well that maybe wants to give some input? Go ahead.
I would just say be cautious about scams as usual. The scammers are always, hyperactive with their energy levels. So anybody that's pretending to be EMP support or airdrops, it's a bunch of BS. So don't fall for it. Everything that you need to know can be done out in the open here.
Absolutely. And if you do have a question you know, if something is legit or not, always reach out to us publicly. I know there's a fake Twitter account going around, so just be super careful. All right, let me pull up Detonator. Give me one more minute. All right, in the meantime, before I do my live share here, give us a 1 in the comments if you plan on going to Splinterfest, and 2 if you're not. So that will help with our engagement. We're trying to do at least 1 poll a day on our live stream, so that will help. And again, after this live stream, definitely go back and listen to some old AMAs. You never know the kind of gems you might find in some of our old videos. So, all right, Bull, I'm going to go ahead and get my screen capture going. All right, there she is, finally. Good Lord. Crazy day today, super busy. But, all right, so this is Detonator. Again, the major alpha today is that we're having a secondary contract called Reactor. It will be the same mechanisms, only instead of EMP ETH LP, it will now be eShare BNB LP. So what is the Detonator style contract? Well, it is a proprietary smart contract on the Binance Smart Chain or BNB network, where you have amazing earning potential while also providing a major use case for the protocol in terms of locked liquidity. So you create EMP ETH LP, half of that is EMP, half of that is actual Ethereum. You deposit that into the contract. It is then locked up, which means you do not have access to those funds, but the protocol has massive locked liquidity, again, about $5.5 million in today's value. And that is really healthy for the ecosystem, because the more liquidity, the more you're actually able to ROI on your gains. A lot of contracts will have, you know, 1,000,000% APR or APY, but if there's no liquidity to cash out, then it's just numbers on a computer screen. So that is a very, very massive difference with what Detonator is. And in return, you get a certain percentage of your deposit every single day. So it's been anywhere from 0.5 up to 0.7% daily, depending on the new volume. We've had daily bursts rising almost every day since we have launched the upgrades. Yesterday was a little bit of a low day because we had a really lucky sniper that won the largest deposit, and so burst went down just a tad. But we've been maintaining burst way better than before our changes. And yeah, things are looking super healthy overall. We always recommend to compound more than you claim. By doing that, you're actually able to ROI even faster. And you know, we're all here to make money, so even claiming once or twice a week and turning it into a paycheck is a very healthy way to not only support the protocol, but also allow you to earn as well. And if you're claiming your LP, you can put those LP into the farm and now earn eShares on top of the earnings that you've already had. So it's earning on top of earning, and with the Reactor contract coming, there'll even be another round of reinvestment to have earning on top of earning on top of earning. So really exciting stuff. Bull, you want to talk about our lottery prizes, or better known as our giveaways?
Yeah, absolutely. So sorry, I was off in the middle of doing something there, but yeah, Detonator V2. Did you talk about the win button? I didn't hear you talk about the win button.
No, go ahead, talk about that. Yep.
Oh, okay. It's tucked away there, kind of like a hidden little gem. The win it now This is 2% of the pool balance. If you do that, you're going to get that BOGO. You put in 2%, you'll get 2%. It'll be deposited into your contract, into your principal deposit. Your graph will really skyrocket over here, which is very exciting. But if you're more the want the auction style instead of the win it now or buy it now, what you can do is add a little bit to a deposit during that this 24-hour time period. And so previously in Detonator V1, it wasn't cumulative, but it is now cumulative. So you can start off small, and then if you want to make sure you win, you can plop some more, deposit more on top of that, and you can actually deposit up to 3%. 3% would be matched. The more that largest depositor deposits, the more winners we'll see, and so they'll really love you. The protocol will love you. The contract will love you. If you're one of those people that are really got those big alpha mega whale space bags, and so you can do that. Of course, the tickets are all EMP ETH LP. You can deposit 50. You can deposit 7.5 LP to get 50 tickets. You can compound. Compounding is just you rolling your interest back into your deposit, back into your principal balance. And if you compound 6 LP, you will get 50 tickets. 50 tickets will give you obviously 50 chances, usually out of about 10,000 tickets to get the random lottery. So if you're not a person that has 130 grand to deposit and win it now, and you want to take your chances with the ticket, that's how you do it, through deposit or compound. But the great thing is you can have a max of 100 tickets, but only one ticket wins. That ran each random winning lottery ticket. So when we look at that, I said before, the largest depositor determines how many winners there are. So if we had somebody deposit, make that max deposit, we would have 4 winners. And so the great thing about that is it's increasing your chances to win a fairly substantial pool size, or a fairly substantial amount of LP. It'll change based on the day and what that largest depositor deposits. But great thing is that the community wanted all these changes. The team and a bunch of community members really kind of had a lot of input in how it should look, and that's the project here, right? It's AJ with his relationships, and Mike working in the background, and Marty working in the channel, and Jake working on the code, the community giving feedback and ideas, and them building. And so I always encourage everybody. How much time do we got? I feel like I'm rambling.
Yeah, no, you're good, Bolt. We got 4 minutes. Yeah, go
ahead. Okay, so when I look at it, it's like, well, if you have an idea, this is the greatest project in crypto to be in, because a good idea will more than likely be put to use here. And it's AJ, you can testify to this. Like, something doesn't get built in a few days or maybe a week. There's a lot of thought process and a lot of work that gets put into it. And so
for sure,
you can't just throw something out there and kind of hope for the best. There's a lot of kind of trial and error behind the scenes to see how something works, to check that code. And I think the UI is maybe the best example of that, where there's a lot going on, but first and foremost, it has to be safe. Then it has to look good, and there's just a lot of little pieces that got to get put together, and they have to be perfect. But from my perspective, I look at this, and this is as close to perfect as a contract can be in DeFi. But that's not to say there wouldn't possibly be changes or upgrades in the future. I mean, this is crypto after all. Things are ever changing. And I know there is some flexibility built into how many people can potentially win, which can be found in the white paper. So everybody, I always encourage people to read that white paper as much as possible, so that you have an understanding of what the product is that you're getting into. So I feel like I'm rambling a bit, but there's that. So.
Yeah, no, Bull, that was great. So yeah, again, and like Bull said, I mean, we've said it over and over. I know I think Crypto Mike was the first to coin it way back when we first started, and he would always say, invest in teams rather than projects, and so that's what we exemplify here at EMP. I mean, no matter what the market conditions are, we're always going to be implementing things to help our own bags, which in turn can help your bags. Again, no expectation of profit from the work of others. This is just code on the internet, but it really is industry leading returns with exposure to Ethereum. And those of you that want to experience passive income, with exposure to ETH, there is no better option in crypto, and I am absolutely confident in saying that. So, all right, we have about 2 minutes left for the rollover. Make sure you're compounding last minute. Like Bull said, there's a win it now function. You can find it here in deposits, right there on screen. So yeah, 2,292 LP will be matched. That is very powerful for those of you that have the bags to initiate that. And you can just try to snipe on your own. We just saw a little bit of LP come in. Right now, 49 LP is the largest deposit. But there was only about 1 or 2 LP separating the top 3 deposits today. So we may get people getting a little bit sneaky, going for the snipe here in about 1 minute. So, all right, good luck, everybody. If you are the winner, we'd love to hear from you. Please join our Telegram on voice and celebrate with us. Make sure you compound last minute. Lots of last minute volume coming in, and again, instant rewards are going up as well. And boom, there we go, 389 LP coming in. That means we will absolutely have one winner. We may even have 2 lottery winners if we can get that LP even higher. Good luck to them. We'll see what happens here. Here we go, about 35 seconds. We have about 9,400 total tickets. That means your odds are really good today. Anything under 10,000 tickets gives amazing odds to winning the lottery prize. So, all right, good luck, everybody. Here we go. 15 seconds. All right, well, 389, hold up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Is 389 gonna take it? I think it might have. Let me go ahead and refresh. Man, I think we saw some fireworks. The pool balance looking very healthy.
Yep, that was the winner.
All right, and so those of you that want to know what the winner was, you can scroll down here. You go to view largest deposits. You don't have to be a blockchain expert and read all the on-chain data. It's all here for you in the UI. However, just go to yesterday instead of today, because technically the rollover happens right now, and there you have it. So the largest deposit was 389, number 2 was about 95, and number 3 was 61, and with all those last minute snipes, the pool balance grows substantially, and we're back almost to 15,000 LP. So pool balance looking really healthy, about $100,000 coming in the last minute here. And man, I think something weird happened. Did somebody initiate the win it now? Let me refresh.
It's still there, I think.
Is it? Okay, I saw the pool balance jump. So it might, oh, you know what it was? It's ETH. ETH is on a run right now. So yeah, the dollar value of ETH is going up in real time. So the pool balance went up by about 200K because ETH is on fire. So, and that's a beauty. I mean, we've also heard a little bit of soft FUD when ETH is going down, that yes, it may lower your dollar value, but that's the same case for ETH going up. And I think ETH is going to go up a lot farther than it is going to go down. So it's kind of a mute point. I would much rather be tied to an appreciating asset rather than a stable token. Not only because of the upside potential, but it also is much easier to maintain, the health of an ecosystem without the pressure of having to stay on peg to a stable asset. So, all right, Bull, I know we have another meeting in the Army. We've got a meeting every day after every AMA, but was there any other last minute questions or comments you would like me to get to before we wrap it up?
I don't think so. I think give everybody a little bit of time to think about the reactor, what they want to do, how they want to look at maybe those struggling projects. Like it's been 1,000 people here have talked about, right? Like waiting and waiting for that meme coin to come out of the bottom. Well, let's see. I would just maybe look over your portfolios and see something that it isn't meeting your expectations, and maybe rearranging your portfolio based on what your future plans are. And at the end of the day, this is a daily ROI machine that you own versus a meme coin where you're waiting for it to pump so that next person can get dumped on. So it's up to you what you want to do with that. But that being said, like I always like to tell people, it's summer here in the northern hemisphere, so get outside. It's I'm sure down in Australia it's still pretty nice outside, wherever, but get outside. Step away from crypto. Always don't get obsessed with it, because that's when it becomes unfun, when you're sitting and just obsessed with the charts and trying to squeeze out every possible second and try to learn everything. And sometimes you just have to step away, and then the thing that didn't click to you today, when you come back with fresh eyes and kind of fresh energy, might just really click and be like, oh, okay, no reason I should have sat and been angry about trying to figure that out. Just step away, chill out, have some fun, and yeah. So
Totally, Bull. Yep, and again, I mean, that's what we always preach here. Not only are we going to be able to provide passive income opportunities at EMP, but that allows you to actually enjoy life as well. That you're not glued to the chart, you're not day trading, you're not working a 9 to 5, and that is, again, the goal that I have been fortunate enough to have through crypto, and I want all of you to experience that as well. And that's why we, again, even started EMP. So, all right, awesome, brother. Thank you for everything. Again, shout out to Bull Gates, my co-host with the most. Shout out to all of you for attending today. We had awesome numbers on Telegram and on YouTube. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube. Again, also interact with all of our ads. We are now monetized, so that will help, again, feed the ecosystem. And feel free to share our YouTube channel with others. There's a lot of value on the YouTube that is even outside of EMP, just, overall crypto knowledge and crypto advice, not financial advice, but how that a lot of us OGs have been able to win in crypto. So, all right, awesome. Thanks again, everybody. I know a lot of alpha today. If we didn't get to one of your questions, feel free to bring it up tomorrow. The rest of this week will be about Reactor. That is our new detonator style contract that uses 𝘰𝘩𝘪𝘴 LP rather than ETH EMP LP. And it's all in hopes of helping bolster the price of eShare and adding to the APRs in all the pools in our farm. So win-win for everybody. All right, awesome. we'll do it all over again in about 24 hours. So see you all then. Good night. Good day. See you tomorrow.